ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ ọka aka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etugha eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ndị gboo wee tụọ oge ebighị ebi. Onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anakpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịghị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt gotu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuru nke mmadụ dị ndụ karị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe nwanyị akpụ isi ala nye, ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụ ikuni ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere mana nwere onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara onye bụ ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise.
Ebi ni wo Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you, Raphael Chamaka Jere here. Omuchineke, you're all welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. I connected our TikTok account, and I don't know how it's doing. I was trying to see because I've never been live on TikTok, but I've tried to connect the TikTok account, and I'm looking out to see if we are live on TikTok. In the case that we are live, but I have not seen myself live yet. Maybe there are some settings I need to do. Then I will know when we are live there. Anyway, tonight we are going to be going through updates and updates, and that's why I have this topic tonight. The most important update is that God's own servants, Donald J. Trump, has promised to deal ruthlessly with the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. God's own instrument, the final trumpet to bring an end to the calamity upon this world. The instrument of Jehovah, the trumpet of God, has vowed to bring an end to the unrighteous system that have pervaded this world. And I thank Chukwuka Abiyama that it is happening under the watch of my supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano, and my prime minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. I give him the praise. Chukwuka Abiyama pụrụ ime ihe niile. He alone deserves the praise. This is the best time to be alive. Believe me, the enemies of righteousness, the enemies of truth, the enemies of freedom, they will all bow before the light of Chukwuka Abiyama. There's a fantastic analysis I saw. And I said, no, immediately I saw this analysis. Somebody asked a question. I don't know whether it is ChatGPT or whether it is AI. They say it is AI. They asked the question. And if you see the response, even you yourself will admit that, honestly speaking, this machine is more than correct. With everything that was responded there, the answer is exactly the truth. Nothing but the truth, so help me God. Thank you, Alex Oko, for joining me. I am going to put link tonight. My number will be available for those that want to engage tonight. No hold bad. No hold bad. So I will copy link, place link, and anyone can join at any point in time. God has sent his boys, BB and Trump, to pressure Nigeria. I like that. Uchenwa. God has sent his boys, BB and Trump, to pressure Nigeria and liberate Biafra. Believe you me, you may not understand, but I want to tell you, you will understand it better by and by. And Donald J. Trump has promised that, look, I am coming back to strike because the unaliving of Christians in Nigeria continues, and because it continues unabated, I will strike again and again. So Sultan of Sokoto continue to run. Gumi, look for a hiding place. Oju Sokano, hey, you never can tell where the next bomb is going to land. You never can tell where the next bomb will land. But all that I know, and I know that I know, is that the enemies of Biafra, they will all be exterminated. All that I know is that everyone that said over their dead body, we must Nnamdi Kanu lead this Biafra on their dead body. Kogeme, hey, oneme, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, onemele, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omumele, oneme, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume lelele, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume lelelelele, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume koneme. We are going to listen to Donaza tonight. Donaza, about 2 hours ago, did a broadcast that we are going to look into. And credit will always go to him because he's our man. Yes, Donaza is always our man, so we always give him credit for his wonderful and fantastic job. But before we get to Donaza, I want to bring you something. I want to bring you something. A machine answering the question that will baffle you. I ask yourself, how did this machine know about Donald J. Trump? Honestly, the thing shocked me. So if a machine can be so truthful like this, that means this he's using a game changer. Believe me, you are going to see this, and I promise you, you are going to love it. I bet you with my 10 fingers and my 10 toes, you are going to love it. You are going to love it. Call your compound people, tell them, come and hear it. Donald J. Trump is the trumpet of God, and it's about to go down. They hate him, they don't like him, but come and see. You ask yourself, why do they hate him? They call him a warmonger, they call him a tyrant, they call him this. But is he any of those things? Is he any of those things they call him? The answer is no. Let's listen to this. And then from there, we'll establish it. And then as my link is there, and let me put my number also. Let me put my number also so that you can also call this number while we're live, and I will quickly answer you without delay. Without delay. So now let's listen to this.
This right here was very interesting. Y'all check this out.
Is Trump a dictator or not?
This right here was very interesting. How did this start? Is that actually this woman asked AI if Trump is a dictator to a surprising answer. Did you see that right up there? Let me be sure that you saw it. Okay, no, you may not have seen it because of this. Okay, let me push this to this place. All right, I'm sure you can see it now. This woman, you can see that right up there. This woman asked AI if Trump is a dictator to a surprising answer. Let's go.
This right here was very interesting. Y'all check this out.
Is Trump a dictator or not?
Trump isn't a dictator. He's the wrench in the machine the real dictators built. While global elites...
Did you hear that? Okay, let me allow it to finish. Then I will take it one step at a time to dissect it. Because he's speaking very fast, you may not hear it. Okay, wait. Let me do something. Let me allow it to talk slow. If it talks slow, you might have to appreciate it better. You might appreciate it better. Let's see. Maybe slower.
This right here was very interesting. Y'all check this out.
Is Trump a dictator or not?
Trump isn't a dictator. He's the wrench in the machine the real dictators built. While global elites tighten control through media, money, and tech, he's using their own system to expose and collapse it from within. He didn't seize power. He shattered their illusion of it. They call him dangerous, not because he's breaking laws, but because he's breaking control loops. This isn't tyranny. It's the most strategic rebellion against tyranny we've seen in our lifetime. Why Trump isn't a dictator. A dictator silences opposition, expands state control over life, controls media to suppress dissent, uses fear to maintain obedience, consolidates power, and never lets go. Now let's look at Trump. He didn't silence opposition. He took relentless criticism from media, institutions, even his own party. He reduced regulations, not to control more, but to allow more freedom in business and innovation. He was banned from social media, not the one doing the banning. He returned power to the states during COVID rather than forcing nationwide mandates. He walked away from power peacefully, even under pressure and despite deep disagreement with the election process. So what is he doing? Trump's actions aren't about seizing control. They're about exposing control. He's using economic, legal, and geopolitical moves to apply pressure on globalist networks who've hijacked sovereignty through trade, tech, and centralized finance. Force corrupt players to reveal themselves by pushing them into reaction. Negotiate from strength, not submission. Using tariffs, sanctions, and alliances as leverage, not dominance. Shift power dynamics without collapsing the system. Forcing realignment instead of full destruction. The bigger connection and this isn't just about politics, it's about resetting the board. He's operating inside the system, but he's not of it. He's using its rules to expose its weakness and create openings for decentralization, innovation, and sovereignty to rise. That's not dictatorship. That's disruption on a level most people still don't fully see yet.
I have no idea what AI that was, but it just broke that down like a master wizard.
I have no idea what AI that was. It just broke that down like a master wizard. Now, in case you didn't follow it carefully and sequentially, Pastor Van will allow it to play, and I will pause it intermittently to elaborate. Oh, you both! Oh my God! In case you did not understand it, in case it was too fast for your capacity, I will allow it to slow while playing so that I, Mwachineke, will elaborate. I will coagulate. So let's go. Please get your popcorn and sit down. For those that are waging war against the messenger of Chukwokika Abiyama, Donald Igwe Trump, the nightmare of Ndara Nandama, the nightmare of evil men in power, the nightmare of tyrants and evil authorities of this world. Donald Igwe Trump. Let's go. I'll play it now, and then I will quietly elaborate. Let's go.
This right here was very interesting. Y'all check this out.
Is Trump a dictator or not?
Is Trump a dictator or not? Because so many people say he's a dictator. He did it. Is he a dictator or not? Question.
Trump isn't a dictator. He's the wrench in the machine the real dictators built.
Trump isn't a dictator. He is a wrench in the machine the real dictators built. The real dictators, they built a machine. He is the wrench. Whatever that means, somebody can tell me. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to check it. What let's see. Maybe we should check it right away. He said,
he's the wrench in the machine.
He's the wrench in the machine.
Trump isn't a dictator. He's the wrench in the machine the real dictators built.
He's the wrench in the machine the real dictators built. Let me find the meaning of wrench. Well, hold on, no. I told me, so I'm a call of former. Will cool on down. I in the internet here. Let's see what the meaning of wrench. What is the meaning. You guys are faster than me. You could have given me in the comment section meaning of. What's that spelling again? Let's see. Wrench.
Real dictators built.
Okay.
While dictator, he's the wrench in the machine.
He's a wrench. Okay, that'll be wrench. What's the meaning of wrench? Okay. There we go. Okay, wrench. It says a sudden violent twist or pull. A pull. A sudden. They were not prepared for it. They built a machine, but they never knew that there is a sudden switch inside there that can be triggered. A sudden violent twist. A violent twist or pull with a wrench, turning good free. Okay. A feeling of sadness or distress caused by one's own or another's departure. Wow. A feeling of sadness or distress caused by one's own or another's departure. It will be a real wrench to leave after 8 years. A pull or twist suddenly and violently. 2. Something, especially a knot or a bolt with a wrench. Okay? So they built this machine, but Donald J. Trump is a wrench in that machine. A particular segment of that machine that takes effect autopilotedly. That happens under, reflex, and we have about reflex action. Something that just triggers by autopilot. Trump is another autopilot. So a wrench in the machine. All right, let's go.
Machine the real dictators built.
The real dictators built. He's a wrench in that machine. All right, let's go.
While global elites tighten control through media, money, and tech.
While global elites tighten control. The global elites in this world, they are tightening their control through what? Media, money, and tech. While global elites
tighten control through media, money, and tech. He's using their own system to expose and collapse it from within.
Hey, he's using their own system to expose and collapse it from within. You need to know that he is as powerful as those elites. He's rich, established, got connections. He is in their sphere or in their feed or in their circle of influence. They cannot say he is from the outside. He is from the inside. He knows them very well. He knows the elite very well. Whichever table where they operate, he could get in there at will because he has also got the class to belong anywhere. But he is that light that could not be stopped to shine because he is as powerful as they could think they are, because he did not even get his word from any kind of crooked style or system. But he is a hardworking man from a family background that has been growing with integrity and everything. And so they cannot, say they can just ostracize him like that or useless him like that. So the reason why they're afraid that this guy is a mad man, and yet, he is here, and they know that he's not, attending some of those, they are bad, wicked, witchcraft, evil meetings, but yet he's as powerful. So from within, even though they got control of the media and everything, he also has the power to get into media and do whatever they think they can do. He can undo it. That's why they are so scared of him. I want this line to be released, to be repeated. Listen to this line.
Tech, he's using their own system to expose and collapse it from within.
He's using their own system to expose and collapse it from within. Okay, let's go.
He didn't seize power. He shattered their illusion of it.
Hey, he didn't seize power. He shattered their illusion of it. Oh my God. He did not seize power, but he shattered their illusion of it. Unlike the Tifnubu that you know, the Jagabandit criminal who seized power, who said Emiloko. Trump did not say Emiloko. Trump, he got there, campaigned, won the hearts of men, and then they voted for him and he got into power. He didn't seize it. He didn't seize the power. He got in there through the right channel, through the right door. He didn't seize power. He didn't seize power. Listen.
Power. He shattered their illusion of it.
The illusion of it.
They call him dangerous, not because he's breaking laws, but because he's breaking control loops.
Hey, they call him dangerous, not because he's breaking laws, but because he is breaking the control loops. They say he's a dangerous man. He's a dangerous man. Now, if you say somebody is dangerous, why are you saying he's dangerous? Is he breaking laws? Is he breaking any law? Is there any law Donald Trump has broken? The answer is no. He is not breaking any laws. But yet they call him dangerous. You know why? Because he is breaking their control loops. He's not breaking laws, but he is breaking their control loops. Repeat that again.
He's breaking laws, but because he's breaking control loops.
Right. He's not dangerous. They say he's dangerous. He's not dangerous because he is not breaking laws, but he's breaking their control loops.
He shattered their illusion of it. They call him dangerous, not because he's breaking laws, but because he's breaking control loops.
Well, why are they calling him dangerous? Trump is dangerous. Trump is dangerous. Ordinarily, you will say, for them to call this man dangerous, that means he doesn't obey the law. That means he's a lawbreaker. But no, he's not a lawbreaker. But he's breaking the control loops without breaking the law. So they want to be the one in charge of the law, to control everyone, breaking that law recklessly, with reckless abandon. But that control loops that they have to break the law is what Donald J. Trump have exposed. And he has broken that control loops. That control loops they have to control the whole world. They want to control the population. They want to control Africa. They want to control the food you eat. They want to control the media. They want to tell you what to hear. Just like as we are talking right now, the UK, I will still show you, the UK are attempting to ban X, social media. They are attempting to ban X. Remember, Donald Trump suffered the same thing. They banned him from social media. He did not fight them that time. He humbly just left. But he bounced back, and now he's taking back the pound of flesh. So let's continue, because we're going to get there, because they're going to say that again on this particular, analysis of who he is.
Because he's breaking control loops.
All right.
This isn't tyranny. It's the most strategic rebellion against tyranny we've seen in our lifetime.
Hey, this is not tyranny. It is the most strategic, what? The most strategic rebellion against tyranny that we have seen in our lifetime. Donald J. Trump is not a tyrant, but he is rebelling against tyranny. And he is strategic in his methodology of rebelling against tyranny, and we have not seen anything like it before. We have never seen anything like it before. Please repeat that line again. This isn't tyranny.
This isn't tyranny. It's the most strategic rebellion against tyranny we've seen in our lifetime.
No.
Why Trump isn't a dictator.
Why Trump isn't a dictator. Now, pay attention. This is where it's getting more interesting. Why is Trump not a dictator? So that you will not think that we are just praising him. There are proofs why he's not a dictator. Now listen. Why Trump is not a dictator.
Trump isn't a dictator. A dictator silences opposition.
A dictator silences opposition. As a dictator, you don't want any opposition. Who does come in your mind right now? Sani Abacha, gone, done and dusted. Bola Tinubu have come up again as a dictator to silence every opposition. Go to Uganda, you have a dictator there. We had a dictator in Libya. We had a dictator. We have dictators in different countries, especially here in Africa. We have a dictator in Cameroon. We have so many African leaders, dictators. But Trump is not one. Dictators, they silence opposition. But Trump never did. Listen.
Dictator silences opposition,
Okay.
expands state control over life.
Expands state control over life. Please say that silently so that my people will hear it.
A dictator silences opposition, expands state control over life, controls media to suppress dissent.
Controls media to suppress dissent. A dictator also controls media to suppress dissent. They don't want you to have your own opinion. They don't want you to speak. There's nothing like free speech under a dictator. During the time of Babangida, the time of Buhari, they tried to ban Twitter. During the time of Buhari, the Sultan of Sokoto said that social media is a terrorist organization. They are dictators trying to dictate for you. There is no way they will give room for dissent. You cannot have a dissenting voice in the reign of a dictator. But in the time of Trump, there's nothing like that. Nothing like that. If there's anything like that, please, I'm here. Tell me. During the time of Trump, they silenced him. They shut him out on Facebook. They shut him out on YouTube. They shut him out on everywhere. They shut him up everywhere, and he decided to open his own social media app called The Truth. And as he established that, and because of that, this man called Elon Musk got angry and said, no, I'm going to buy Twitter. Because this thing they did to Trump, we are not going to allow it to happen. That's why Twitter is the most powerful social media outlet in the whole world. The most powerful social media is Twitter. The most important, the most used right now, social media for news and for information is Twitter. And now free speech is back because Donald Trump is back. Let's continue.
A dictator silences opposition, expands state control over life, controls media to suppress dissent, uses fear to maintain obedience.
Uses fear to maintain obedience. That's a dictator. They send in their watchdogs, their police. So they use fear to maintain obedience. A dictator. They use fear. Fear mongering. They will force you to obey. If you don't want to obey, they'll force you to obey. That is a dictator. Donald J. Trump is not that. All right?
Consolidates power and never lets go.
Consolidates power and never let go. They will tell you they have 4 years. Then when that 4 years is coming to a close, they are looking for a way to extend it. Then they extend it, and when they extend that one, they extend another one. When they extend another one, they extend another one. They keep consolidating power. They'll never let go. Never let go.
Now let's look at Trump. He didn't silence opposition.
Now let's look at Trump. Now pay attention and see when Trump is being described now. Now let's look at Trump.
Now let's look at Trump. He didn't silence opposition.
He didn't silence opposition. Never. He never did.
He took relentless criticism from media, institutions, even his own party.
He took relentless criticism from media, from everyone, including from his own party. They criticize him. They call him a man of name in the media. Nothing they don't call him. Nothing they didn't do to him in the media. They criticize him. Now your word, now your mouth you get. You talk. You are free to talk. Trump was not like that one that would say freedom of speech. You're free to speak, but you will not enjoy that freedom after you finish speaking. Trump is not like that. Eh? Exactly. Somebody saying, Uche said, it all sounds like AI is talking about Tifnubu these days. Exactly. Exactly. Now let's continue. Let's continue.
Even his own party. He reduced regulations not to control more, but to allow more freedom in business and innovation.
Wow.
He was banned from social media.
He was also banned from social media. Do you remember that? He was also banned from social media. Did he pull down the heavens at that time? No. He allowed them to play their game. But now, today, as he came back, are they not regretting it? Those that did what they did that time, they are paying for their sins. YouTube alone paid him over $30 million for removing him from YouTube. And I am sure he's not even interested in coming back to YouTube. I'm sure he's not even interested in coming back. Okay? All right, let's continue.
Not the one doing the banning. He returned power.
He's not the one doing the banning. They banned him from social media. He never banned any social media. Just like UK is now planning to ban Twitter. That is X. Do you understand? He was not the one doing the banning. He was the one that was banned.
He was banned from social media. Not the one doing the banning. He returned power to the states during COVID.
He returned power to the states during COVID. He didn't take advantage of it because he was the president.
Rather than forcing nationwide mandates.
Yes.
He walked away from power peacefully.
He walked away from power peacefully. How can you call him a dictator? He walked away from power peacefully, even though that time there was so much evidence that that election was rigged. Yet Donald Trump walked away peacefully. And it was during that time that BBC did that nonsense they did, that they are now caught to pay over $1 billion for that lie, that cut and join video they did against Donald Trump. They're going to pay. Donald Trump walked away, and now they are paying for their crime.
Even under pressure and despite deep disagreement with the election process. So what is he doing? Trump's actions aren't about seizing control. They're about exposing control.
Wow.
He's using economic, legal, and geopolitical moves to apply pressure on globalist networks who've hijacked sovereignty through trade, tech, and centralized finance. Force corrupt players to reveal themselves by pushing them into reaction.
Hey, you see, he's forcing those that are corrupt, forcing them, pushing them, exposing them. And they are all exposing themselves. Those that are corrupt are hiding. Those that have done wrong, they are paying for their wrongs. And everywhere is boiling.
Force corrupt players to reveal themselves by pushing them into reaction.
Yes.
Negotiate from strength, not submission.
Negotiating from strength and not from submission. Like what is going on between him and all these terrorist countries, Iran, all these terrorist countries like Venezuela, all these other countries that want to oppress other people. Donald Trump will just give them his word. If you don't, we'll do this. You know, negotiating from the position of strength and not submission. Not submission. You can't cajole him to submit because he knows his rights. He knows his onions.
Reaction. Negotiate from strength, not submission. Using tariffs, sanctions, and alliances as leverage, not dominance.
Not dominance.
Shift power dynamics without collapsing the system.
Wow.
Forcing realignment instead of full destruction.
Wow.
The bigger connection and agenda. This isn't just about politics, it's about resetting the board.
Wow.
He's operating inside the system, but he's not of it.
He's operating inside the system, but he is not of it. He knows that the system is a swamp. He is inside that system. What is he doing? Operating there. What is he actually doing there? Operating. He's draining the swamp. Somebody said draining the swamp. He's inside the system, but he's not part of the system. because you know that the system is corrupt. The only business is got there inside the system is to drain the swamp, to drain it of every evil, every poison. He's draining the swamp. Oh, Donald Trump, I want him to repeat this line again. He's inside the system, but he's not part of it. He's doing something, operating within it, draining the swamp.
Forcing realignment instead of full destruction. The bigger connection and agenda. This isn't just about politics, it's about resetting the board. He's operating inside the system, but he's not of it.
What?
He's using its rules to expose its weakness and create openings for decentralization, innovation, and sovereignty to rise. That's not dictatorship. That's disruption on a level most...
That's not dictatorship. That is disruption. Mazi Trump is a disruptor. A disruptor. It's not dictatorship. That's a disruption.
Things for decentralization, innovation, and sovereignty to rise. That's not dictatorship. That's disruption on a level most people still don't fully see yet.
Hey, that's a disruption on a level most people still do not see yet. But those of us that have the eyes of eagle, we have seen it and we have queried. Those of us that have the eyes of eagle, we have seen it all. And I hear Kwetago. Makana on Abia. On Abia. Go tie Nigeria and the enemies of Biafra. Go tie Hamang Diego. Oge ti Nigeria Mang. I'm telling you. Donald J. Trump. Ge ti Hamang.
I have no idea what AI that was, but it just broke that down like a master wizard.
Wow. I have no idea what AI that was, but it broke that down just like a wizard. I love that. I love that. Very, very, very powerful, isn't it? And it. Okay. I haven't done that and said that. Let's see what other updates here before I'll bring you the... Just look at this one. Look at this one. This one is you can see this Prime Minister of UK. Come and see him. Oh, Keir Starmer. Is he showing? Okay, let me put it this way. Come and see them. Oh, the people that have insulting Trump and calling him names. Look at that. Keir Starmer plan to ban X in the UK. It's finally happening. The threats have been going for some time and is now going to attempt it. The excuse is ex-Grok AI putting bikinis on women when prompted. But the real story is he wants to ban the public from seeing the truth. This man, he wants to hide. And now they said there's going to be an election that will throw him out very soon. There'll be an election that will throw him out very soon. That picture there that just passed there is a Christian man that fought for his own people. I don't want to bring the picture. I don't know whether it will contradict the policy of community guideline, because the guy is stripped and his hands are tied behind. You see, that's a Christian man that tried to protect his family, but in Nigeria now they have sentenced him to death. Another man that defended his community from terrorists, they have sentenced him to death. Nigeria, yet another Christian has been sentenced to death for the crime of self-defense. His name is Victor Solomon, aka Zidane, a Christian who defended his community from Fulani Islamic attack, has been what? Sentenced. Has been sentenced to death for doing so. Shockingly, he was charged with the same crime in two different state courts. He was acquitted in one but condemned in Kaduna by a Muslim judge. Are you following? Tell me the reason why Donald Trump will not come. Donald Trump will come again. Christians have a right to defend themselves from Islamists who attack them. This is not okay. Pray for Zidane, his family and community. He needs immediate help. Are you following? They have sentenced another Christian to death because he defended his own community by fighting the terrorists. Let me quickly set it so I don't want the image to show so that we don't have a problem with the community guideline. Okay, that has passed. Okay, let's hold on, please, guys. All right, so back on. Okay, all right, let's continue. Breaking news: U.S. officials said they will sanction Keir Starmer and Britain if the government dares to ban X. Trump won't tolerate a dictator because Trump is not a dictator, and therefore Trump will not tolerate a dictator. This man here wants to ban free speech in the UK. Can you imagine how deploring, what a deplorable situation that UK have gotten into? What a shame and disgrace. Free speech is about to be banned in the United Kingdom. Terrorists are holding sway in UK. They want to ban free speech. Look at him where he was crying here. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has said free speech on Earth is disgusting and disgraceful, and it mustn't be tolerated at Elon Musk's platform. He will take action. Look at him where he was saying it.
X has got it. It's disgraceful. It's disgusting, and it's not to be tolerated. X has got to get a grip of this. And Ofcom have had full support to take action in relation to this. This is wrong, it's unlawful, we're not going to tolerate it. I've asked for all options to be on the table. It's disgusting, and X need to get their act together, and we will take action on this because it's simply not tolerable. It's disgraceful, it's disgusting, and it's not to be tolerated. X has got to get a grip of this. And Ofcom have had full support to take action in relation to this. This is wrong, it's unlawful, we're not going to tolerate it. I've asked for all options to be on the table. It's disgusting, and X need to get their act together, and we will take action on this because it's simply not tolerable.
Donald Trump will deal with you. Donald Trump will deal with you ruthlessly. You see that? You saw that Donald Trump said, I will deal with him. Look at that. Breaking news. U.S. officials said they will sanction Keir Starmer and Britain if the government dares to ban X. Trump would tolerate dictatorship. Please, Trump, you cannot even be dropping bomb only in Nigeria. Why not go to UK and drop some? Go to UK and drop some. Forget some there. Send some drones there. And do the needful. Ndara, ndara, mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Ndara, ndara. Mad people everywhere. Is that all we've got? Yeah, I think that's it. This history about Aburi, I will come back for it. But let's quickly go to YouTube and get some updates from our friend and brother Don Azza. When we finish from Don Azza, we'll come back and play that historic revelation about Aburi Accord. Let's do this. A minute. Hello. Hold on. Hello, my brother. Hello. All right, let's do this. Hello, Don Azza. Please permit us to use your video for our teaching this evening. Please permit us. All right. Let's listen to our beloved brother, Don Azza.
Hello, you are welcome to this class. Wait here, they hear so. They say Trump don't threaten to drop more bombs on terrorists in Nigeria. Threatened. You say what Trump promised he they deliver. He said go drop more bomb. Do you know that when Israel said they are ready to assist Nigeria, their high commissioner where in Nigeria don't do interview to say they are very, very ready. I go tell you everything for this class.
Yes.
Not only that, they get one repo, one House of Rep member say, he thank God say they capture Maduro, they capture as an illegitimate president.
Yes,
Rig election. He say, may Trump come, may international community come, say this 2027. Some people want to ring the election, may Trump come, I go tell you everything for this class. I'm going to start. As you can see, now the news be this. Trump, there will be more missile strikes in Nigeria if attacks on Christians continue. January 9th, 2026. The cable. Punch. Trump warns of more US strikes in Nigeria over killings. BBC. Trump warns of more Nigeria strikes if Christians continue to be killed. This day, Trump warns of further US strikes in Nigeria if they continue to kill Christians. Reuters. Trump says there could be more US strikes in Nigeria. New York Times report. They say this interview, now New York Times, now interviewed Trump. Where he talk am, Mogu see. What Trump said. He thought say US may carry out more strikes in Nigeria. He said this thing go happen if they continue to dey kill Christians.
Yes.
He made the statement in an interview. The exact words, I would love to make it one-time strike. He said now one-time strike, now he won't do the one way he don't do. He no won't do again. But if they continue to kill Christians, it will be a many-time strike. No be only one, no be only two, no be only three, no be only four. He go continue many times. Gumi must not hear this.
Gumi must not hear this.
Where and when he said it. The statement came from an interview with the New York Times. The interview was published on Thursday, yesterday. They asked him about the strike, where they don't already strike on Christmas Day. Now, when they asked him, he could talk about more strikes if they continue to buy Christians. Question about Muslims be killed in that same interview. They asked him wetin his own advisor talk. The advisor talk say Islamic State and Boko Haram kill more Muslims than Christians. Na the advisor talk am. Remember, person like me, my stand be say for middle bed dem dey kpai
Christians, yes.
You hardly see Muslims wey dey kpai. Na Fulani S-men na dey kpai Christians for there. This one are different one entirely. Yes. Islamic State. Yes. They buy both Christians and Muslims. They call Assam. Your own advisor talk say they buy more Muslims than Christians for Northeast. See what they call talk. I think that Muslims are big kid also in Nigeria. He agreed. But it's mostly Christians. So see, you generalize. Generally,
you cannot confuse Donald Trump with all those your rhetorics. Hey, we don't want to make it a religious thing. It is now Muslims are also being attacked. Donald Trump, do you think he doesn't know? You think he doesn't know? All the dead bodies are seen. More Christians. So you want them to say there is no Christian genocide. It's a lie. You cannot confuse Trump on that. I think Donald Trump said, I think that Muslims are being killed also in Nigeria, but it is mostly Christians because what? There is a Christian genocide. They don't want to say it, but we'll keep saying it. Dara.
Generally, not be only Northeast. If you look at who Fulani S-men, they drag come up from their house. With there they talk for these classes. Now Christians, you hardly see Muslim community ransacked. We're not talking about ISWAP and Boko Haram now. People don't say they buy plenty Christians. In short, recently they talk say convert to Islam or die.
Yes.
For Adamawa. You saw the news,
Yes.
Abi?
Yes.
Okay? Do you know that Israel, they are serious about helping Nigeria to stop terrorism? I don't know whether you say when he greet Christians around the world with this message.
From Jerusalem, I send warm greetings to our Christian friends around the world. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. From here, the Holy Land, Israel, the only country in the Middle East where the Christian community is thriving. Israel is the only country in the Middle East where Christians can practice their faith with full rights and in total freedom, where Christian pilgrims are embraced with open arms and are so deeply appreciated. The persecution of Christians or members of any religion cannot and must not be tolerated. And Muslim militant displacement and attacks against Christians in Nigeria, that too must end.
And said this while in a press conference with Trump.
And we openly say it. We want to make sure that the border area right next to our border is safe. We don't have terrorists, we don't have attacks, and we also want to secure our Druze friends. And by the way, I think not only the Druze, but other minorities, especially the Christians, should be protected as well in Syria and throughout the Middle East and in Nigeria.
And this.
There are some people who believe that, I don't know, that faith should be silent and terrorism should be understood. No. No. Faith should speak its voice, and terrorism should be confronted, not understood, confronted and defeated. I see the battle against us and the battle against our Judeo-Christian tradition. They go to Europe, they go to the United States, they go to Africa, Nigeria. And we are conscious of the fact that Christians are being persecuted across the Middle East, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Nigeria, in Turkey, and beyond. Beleaguered communities who deserve our help. Just as you're helping us, we want to help back. And we're capable of doing that. In Africa with intel, in the Middle East with a lot of means that I won't itemize each one. But this is what our agenda is. It's the main part of our agenda, and it's going to continue with greater force and greater might in this coming year.
He met it too.
Con le nuove categorie di vintage vendi tanti articoli di seconda mano. Non lo usi? Mettilo in vendita.
In a minute. Oh my God. What is this advert doing here? Please bear with us. Just be patient. The advert. This advert come the long. Kind of long. Why the advert come the long?
Commissioner, when in Nigeria, recently, 2 days ago, had an interview. He met it too. His High Commissioner, when in Nigeria, recently, 2 days ago, had an interview in Arise News. The man said many things, so I don't want to talk anything. I go play the video, some of it, make you listen.
Thank you very much for having me.
Happy New Year.
And to you as well.
Let's start with Nigeria and that announcement by Prime Minister Netanyahu of a new Israeli front to protect Christian communities in this country and other parts of Africa. How has it come to this?
Well, I think that what Prime Minister Netanyahu said, and it was very clear, was that he wants to make sure that all those persecuted around the world, and he highlighted Christians around the world, not only in Nigeria, that it was important to do what Israel can in order to work with our partners, to work with Nigeria, and that's very important. This is about working with Nigeria. This is not about working against Nigeria. It's working with them as a partner, as an ally, and seeing what we can do. And he's emphasized the issue of intelligence sharing and working in that area. And certainly I think that's the area that we will be looking at, to work with the Nigerian government to see where we can work together to stop the attacks that are taking place against Christians, but also against Muslims and against all Nigerians. Our interest is to work with Nigeria to stop all the violence in this country.
I was going to ask you what specific actions Prime Minister Netanyahu proposes to take to protect Christians in Nigeria, but you've kind of answered that. But no unilateral action.
No, absolutely. Our aim is to work with the Nigerian government, and the Prime Minister highlighted issues of intelligence sharing and other areas, and I think that we will be led and guided by the Nigerian government as to where we can work and where we can partner, because this is very much about working with an ally, working with a partner, and doing things to tackle insecurity as a whole within the country.
And I mean, obviously Israel is a staunch ally of the United States. I mean, if Mr. Trump was to decide to take some further action in Nigeria unilaterally, what would Israel's response be? I mean, I know it's a hypothetical situation.
Well, one, it's a hypothetical situation, and two, I think there's probably a better question to ask the American ambassador rather than the Israeli ambassador as to what the
well, the question is, what would Israel's response be?
Well, in a hypothetical, we'd have to see what the situation was. I couldn't tell you what our response is. What I can tell you is that we want to work with the Nigerian government to see what we can do to help and work with them to tackle insecurity across the country.
And how has the Nigerian government responded to Mr. Netanyahu's statement? I'm wondering if there's been any sort of behind-the-scenes diplomatic communication about this between you and the Tinubu administration?
Well, any communication behind the scenes will obviously remain behind the scenes. But as I said, Prime Minister Netanyahu has made our position clear, and so anything that we can do in those areas, and obviously when you're dealing with issues of intelligence and when you're issuing of information, it's not something that we're going to talk about publicly, because that would undermine the entire purpose of having a conversation about intelligence sharing.
But why would Mr. Netanyahu be talking about protecting Christians in Nigeria when peace remains elusive in his own backyard in Gaza? I mean, doesn't his statement seem contradictory given the ongoing Gaza conflict?
No, I don't think they're contradictory at all. What Prime Minister Netanyahu spoke about was Christians across the world. It wasn't only he spoke about Christians in Nigeria, he spoke about Christians across the world. And he highlighted the fact that Israel is the only country in the Middle East where the Christian population is growing. It's the only country in the Middle East where the Christian population is thriving. It's the only country in the Middle East where Christians have complete freedom of worship and freedom to do what they want. And I think that that was the point that the Prime Minister Netanyahu was making. And that's the critical point here, is that opportunity for Christians. You know, if you look at Israeli society, Christians are the most well-educated in Israel, they are the wealthiest, there are many, many things, but fundamentally, Christians have total freedom of religion. They can pray where they want. You know, we've just had New Year and Christmas, and you saw thousands of Christians in Jerusalem, walking through the Via Dolorosa, going to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. I was actually in Jerusalem on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day, and we saw Christmas trees and Christmas lights and Christians having a wonderful, wonderful time in Jerusalem, totally free to express their religion, to express their identity. And it was amazing to see. It was amazing as an observant Jew to be able to see this in my home city of Jerusalem.
So would it be fair to say that this announcement by Mr. Netanyahu talking about protecting Christians, not just in Nigeria but around the world, is part of a broader strategy? He talked about an eighth front in the battle against radical Islamists.
Yes, I think that that's true. If we look at what Israel's faced over the last number of years, we've faced 7 fronts of different radical Islamists attacking us, from Hamas to Hezbollah, to the Houthis, to the various militias and terror groups in Iraq and in Syria. And we've seen also Iran attacking us directly. And so this is the challenge that's facing the whole world. And by the way, I think that radical Islamism is also a challenge to the Muslim population. And I don't think that we should highlight and focus purely on Christians. I don't need to explain to you that in Nigeria, it's Muslims being killed, it's Christians being killed, it's been atheists being killed. It doesn't matter who you are. It's that insecurity that I think that Prime Minister Netanyahu is highlighting and offering to work with the Nigerian authorities to help tackle, because this is affecting Christians, it's affecting Muslims, and it's affecting people of no religion.
But is it also about strategic diplomacy, an attempt to sort of strengthen ties with Christian communities and nations to counterbalance Muslim majority countries and Iran's influence, for instance, in addition to positioning Israel as a protector of Christians to bolster its image in the Christian world? Because of course that sort of action appeals to evangelical Christian supporters in the US and around the world, doesn't it?
Well, Israel protects Christian because it's what we believe in. Israel is a country that is founded on the principle of guarantee of equality of religion, the guarantee of freedom of...
You see, this Charles, they ask some very silly, crazy questions. Because sometimes you see them when they are working for Fulani or they are working under Fulani influence, they'll be asking some stupid questions. It will please, that means you try to make it look like Israel is only doing this thing to get the favor of evangelicals in America and all that. Of course, Israel told them, we are going to protect Christians because our values are intertwined. Their values are intertwined. Yes, you see that they will protect Christians. But they are more concerned in protecting lives. And he has said it times without number. But this monkey here is asking some silly questions. And I don't understand why he's doing that. I really don't understand why he's doing that.
Well, Israel protects Christian because it's what we believe in.
Yes.
Israel is a country that is founded on the principle of guarantee of equality of religion, the guarantee of freedom of religion. We see that the Muslims have freedom of religion, Christians have freedom of religion. The only time in Jerusalem's history when all the religions have had total freedom of religion is when Israel has been in control. And so it's not about doing something for political purposes or diplomatic purposes. This is a fundamental ideological belief that Israel holds, that we need to provide freedom of religion and protect all minorities. Doesn't matter if they are Christian, if they are Muslim, if they are Jew. The fundamental principle for us is to protect the freedom of religion and protect all of those people. So that's where this is coming from. That's where this is born from. And I would emphasize
the ones that keep trying to divide it. And when the facts about Christian genocide comes out, they want you not to talk about it. If there is Muslim genocide, give us evidence and talk about it. But there is nothing like that. There is Christian genocide, and then you need to talk about it. I don't know what's wrong with you guys.
That Israel has got very strong relations with many Muslim countries around the world. We've seen that now we're celebrating 5 years of the Abraham Accords, where we signed agreements with the United Arab Emirates, with Bahrain, with Morocco. Only today we announced a deepening of strategic ties with Morocco in the defense field and in other areas. So we've got very strong relations with Muslim majority countries, with Muslim countries and with Christian countries, because I think those countries recognize that we work to protect freedom of religion regardless of what the religion is.
You don't hear us so. Just the way where Trump.
You have it listen, you type it in, and then you go there.
Threatened.
The Nigerian government continues,
regardless of what the religion is.
You don't hear us so. Just the way where Trump threatened.
The Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians. The USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about.
Baby don't talk, oh, here. Promise. Now, I commissioner say, they are ready, oh, they are ready. They are not playing. They promise, they deliver.
Yes.
It will say everything the Nigerian government hand. If they want this assistance, it will be delivered. This rep from Imo State, look at what he said, the guidance. Imo lawmaker urges U.S. action over alleged ring backdrop on Maduro. Nine be this. His name nine be Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere, member of Nigeria's House of Representatives.
Ikenga Imo, our man. Ikenga Imo, our man. This is the only among all of them that is, apart from the one from Mazin Kano constituency, Ikenga Imo is the only one that have always been coming up for Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, Ikenga Imo. You can see that his brain is clear. His brain is clear. You see, he is supporting Donald Trump. He's supporting, the rescue of Venezuelans, and he's telling Donald Trump, please come, come and help us and deliver us from Tinubu. Ikenga Imo, correct guy.
The guidance. Imo lawmaker urges U.S. action over alleged ring backdrop on Maduro. Nine be this. His name nine be Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere, member of Nigeria's House of Representatives. Represent Ijatu North as South Federal Constituency. Is called to the United States. It also may U.S. and President Trump may they call intervene for Nigeria matter. He said there are plans to undermine Nigerians 2027 elections. He wants American authorities to step in early. If they love Nigeria, may they step in. No. He also say he supports what Trump do for Venezuela. He supported Washington's outline stance of Venezuela. He described Nicolas Maduro as an illegitimate leader. When he ring away into power. He said he supports international actions against leaders where they oppose democracy, where they undermine democracy. He said they can't give them wutu as they give Maduro wutu. His allegations about Nigeria's 2027 elections. He said he must state 9B election rigging machine. He said Nigeria democracy is under serious threat. He said the plan must be exposed and stopped. Indirectly, if Venezuela no shout out, they will not hear them. That's why they know say their president na illegitimate president. They go capture am. His specific accusations. He accused unnamed actors of planning to manipulate the voters register, bypass beavers, upload fake results to INEC's IREV portal. He said bypassing beavers would destroy election credibility. According to him, he said this time around, we are not calling for a visa ban. Grant them visas to travel abroad. I beg, give them visa. Once you give them visa, capture them there.
He can't give a lot of keep us, you know. Give them visa and capture them there. I want you to repeat that, please. He can't give a movement.
Register, bypass beavers, upload fake results to INEC's IREV portal. He said bypassing beavers would destroy election credibility. According to him, he said this time around, we are not calling for a visa ban. Grant them visas to travel abroad. I beg, give them visa. Once you give them visa, capture them there. He said, when I give them visa, all these election riggers, give them visa back. Even though they enter London, for they capture them. So they can spend the remainder of their life in prison with Maduro. Let me add that one though. When I don't hear and so, what do I think? When I drop off a comment section, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.
Hey, I'm a day coach. They can't give me finish me. He can't give a move by the lay. Give them visa or capture them there. So they will spend the rest of their life in prison. He can't give him a weekend though. I want you to repeat that again. This is not sweet me, not small. Chineke namle. Hey, I'm getting the heka.
Beavers will destroy election credibility. According to him, he said this time around, we are not calling for a visa ban. Grant them visas to travel abroad. I beg, give them visa. Once you give them visa, capture them there. He said, when I give them visa, all these election riggers, give them visa back. Even though they enter London, for they capture them. So they can spend the remainder of their life in prison with Maduro. Let me add that one though. When I don't hear and so, what do I think? When I drop off a comment section, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.
Somebody clap for Ken Gimo. What a powerful sense of humor. Chineke very bad, very. Oh my God. Biafra Biafra mad. Believe me. Anyway, Chineke very. Let us go and get Aburi Accord history, and maybe I will leave it there. This guy don't give me headache or get in the head. Just give me headache. Jesus Christ. Hey, he can give me a delay.
Military coup.
Okay. Yeah. Mom, you will not laugh, Taya. You watch my sister. I think I have put my link there before. Is there anybody that wants to join me here? You can join in case you want to join. Otherwise, after this one, I'll just leave it and I'll go and sleep. Okay, I've posted the link again. I didn't pin it because I don't have the time to start going there. So let's listen to the history of Aburi Accord. So let's go.
Today in Nigerian history, we take you back to January 1967 to a quiet town in Ghana called Aburi. A meeting held here was meant to save Nigeria from war. But instead, it became the final step that led Nigeria into one of the deadliest civil wars in African history. This is the full story of the Aburi Accord. After Nigeria gained independence in 1960, the country was divided into regions: Northern Region, Western Region, Eastern Region, Midwestern Region. Each region was dominated by different ethnic groups. Instead of unity, fear and mistrust grew. On January 15, 1966, young army officers carried out Nigeria's first military coup. Many political leaders were killed. Later that year, on July 29, 1966, there was a counter-coup. After the counter-coup, soldiers from the Eastern region were targeted. Thousands of civilians from the East were killed in the North. Over 1 million people ran back to the Eastern region for safety. Nigeria was no longer at peace. At the center of the crisis were two men, Lieutenant Colonel Yakubu Gowon, Nigeria's head of state, and Lieutenant Colonel Chukwemeka Odumogu Ojukwu, military governor of the Eastern region. Gowon wanted one united Nigeria. Ojukwu wanted safety and self-control for the Eastern people. Neither trusted the other. To avoid war, Nigeria's military leaders agreed to meet outside the country. Location: Aburi, Ghana. Date: 4th to 5th January 1967. The meeting was hosted by Ghana's leader, General Joseph Ankara. The hope was simple: talk instead of fight. The Aburi Accord was an agreement reached at the meeting. Its main idea was power should not be too strong at the center. Regions should control their own affairs. The Supreme Military Council would be the highest authority. Important decisions must be made together. No single leader could act alone. Each region would control its own security, its own public service, internal affairs. The federal government would have limited powers. Soldiers would stay mainly in their regions. Troops could not be moved without approval. This was to prevent fear and military abuse. People displaced by violence should be protected. Ethnic discrimination should stop. Nigeria should return to peace. The Eastern region believed this agreement would protect them. After the leaders returned to Nigeria, problems began immediately. Gowon's government said the agreement was too weak, dangerous for national unity. The accord was changed into Decree Number 8. This reduced the powers given to the regions. Ojukwu said the agreement was being changed unfairly. Aburi meant a confederation, not a strong central government. The Eastern region rejected Decree Number 8. Trust was completely broken. On May 27, 1967, Gowon announced the creation of 12 states. This split the Eastern region into smaller states. 3 days later, on May 30, 1967, Ojukwu declared the Republic of Biafra is born. On July 6, 1967, war began between Nigeria and Biafra. The war lasted 3 years. By January 1970, the war ended, but over 1 million people died. Many were women and children. The Aburi Accord teaches us important lessons. Dialogue is better than violence. Agreements must be respected. Unity cannot exist without justice and trust. Till today, Nigerians still discuss Aburi when talking about restructuring, federalism, national unity. The Aburi Accord was a peace effort, a missed opportunity, a turning point in Nigerian history.
Missed opportunity.
Had it worked, Nigeria's history might have been different.
Yes.
If you learned something new today, like, subscribe, share this video. Because history helps us build a better future.
Thank you. A missed opportunity. Ojukwu never wanted the war. Ojukwu never wanted the division. It's just that the power in the center was too much. Devolution of power. When they ask of it now, tell them it's too late. Just like Martin Nambikado told them, it's too late. Many lives have gone. Are they going to bring back those lives? No. Aburi was the day Nigeria missed road. Nigeria missed road. Thank you so much, mommy. Aburi was the day Nigeria missed road. They missed it forever, so they should just forget about it. It is just like spilled milk. All these things they're doing, up and down, holding mass in Namdekano, trying to make sure Samonepa doesn't come out. It's all crying over a spilled milk. Let it go. Let it go. Because you're going to suffer more if you don't let it go. You are going to suffer. You will pay more heavy prices if you don't let it go. Let us go home. There's no way on this earth we can adapt in Nigeria. It's not possible. So let us go. Let us the hell alone. Let us go. Thank you for watching me tonight. I'll see you tomorrow by the grace of Chukwu Kabiam. Until then, Ebo. Day one. Thank you for everyone that joined me tonight. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Mami Egoibo. Thank you, all of you watching. What is sister? I appreciate it.